Housewives of Atlanta. Makeups and Breakdown, Season 7, Episode 6. We're not feeling well. Hope you don't catch the flu from us. Just kidding.
I don't really care.
So we pick up the second we left off last episode, which is Nene and Cynthia fighting. And I didn't really understand it a lot. Did you?
Parker says he really doesn't understand it.
Okay. It was like, I never really understood why they started fighting, but it was very clear that they were fighting. And then they apparently made up, and I didn't really get how they made up. They just kind of made up. Anyway, they go back.
It got intense, and it seemed to me they both kind of were like, I'm kind of over it.
Yeah. I mean,
Is that what you got?
That's kind of what I got. It was just, it was a bizarre, it wasn't like this, I'm really sorry, blah, blah, I'm really sorry. It was like they were still really angry, and then they're like, okay, let's just be done. Okay, Kandi Skypes with Todd. Apparently he is all over the place. He was in LA, and now he's in New York. And I guess about half the episode happens in New York. We catch up with Derek J and Phaedra because some woman is accusing him of stealing her weave. So we actually get to see Phaedra do some of her lawyering stuff that she is so well known for. We hop back to Nene and Cynthia, who are talking to their respective husbands about the situation. And Peter is like angry that Cynthia, because Cynthia's like, she's so excited that she's friends with Nene again. And the problem is the reason they were fighting, or supposed to be fighting, is because Nene disrespected Peter. Now, I have a real issue with Peter. He was okay for like a year, but, and I didn't get why everyone disliked him, but then I went back to the season before, and he was a total jerk with the whole, like, I don't have to tell you what I'm doing with my money, and she's like, but we're trying to get married, and I don't know anything about money, and you're taking my money and spending it, which for me is like a no deal. Like, that would be shot out of a cannon. Like, there's just no way that would be workable for me. So he's pissed that Cynthia and Nene are back together because they use all these funny these like little, she called him out, called him out against his name or whatever they were saying. But basically she called him a bitch. Nene called Peter a bitch.
Yeah, I do remember that.
So they, but it's like they didn't just say, well, Cynthia's funny because she'll be like, she called him the B word. I don't know why that cracks me up so much that Cynthia like won't say bitch. I don't know why, right? Doesn't that seem really funny? Anyway, but I have to say, Peter's all up in their business. And there seems to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta versus say the other seasons, there seems to be very strict rules amongst the women about there's women stuff and there's men stuff. And the men do men stuff and the women do women stuff and you don't mix. And Peter broke that rule by coming straight at Nene. Okay. Nene came back at him pretty hard. But I mean, I'm with them. That's kind of how our family rolls. We have, John has his stuff and I have my friendships, and he'll talk to me about things in my friendship, but he would never approach one of my female friends, right? And I would never like go up to his friend and, well, I would be more likely to do that than John would. But I would try not to, and I've said it before, he has friends I don't necessarily like. I say, well, that's your business. They're not my friends. So, what? Do I not do that? Anyway, so I don't really feel bad for Nene coming at Peter, and she's probably bigger than him, so I'd be scared if I was him. Anyway, they keep going. Kandi and Todd go to New York. Apparently Timbs are a big deal, which are Timberland boots. So apparently we are much hipper in it, in the Bronx than I thought. I don't have any. Oh, you don't have any? Okay, I don't think I do either. Cynthia's there for Fashion Week, and the guy is, like all over her, and I swear, I do not have a problem with how people look, but I swear Cynthia's body looks really different than past seasons. And in a way I can't put my finger on. It's not bad. I'm not trying to make fun of her looks or anything. I just go, I don't remember her looking that way. Like, did she have work done?
No, couldn't be.
No, couldn't possibly. Anyway, this guy's giving her the worst time about her body, and how he wants her to walk on the runway like she's a real supermodel. Has nothing to do with the fact that the Real Housewives of Atlanta are there filming it for national TV. I'm sure that had nothing to do with his choice to use her as a model. I'm sure nothing at all. So they meet up, Kandi and Todd, Cynthia and Peter, they blah blah, talk about when Cynthia's mom, you didn't see this, when Cynthia's mom hid their marriage certificate on their wedding day because she didn't want him to marry Peter. That's pretty funny. And I personally, Phaedra meets up with Derek, who cares? Cynthia walks the runway and Kenya's there, who cares? We do see one, like, we call them fake backs, you know, where, like, you think the show's back on, so you stop running the commercials, and it turns out it's like a 30-second clip, and they go back to commercials, where Kenya's like, oh, this is so good, and Claudia's like, what are you doing? And she's like, I just love food, just so, so good, I just love food, I am such a foodie. And I'm like, people don't really talk like that. Foodies don't really talk like that. Right? Like, that's totally her. And that's what annoys me. She just plays it up to the camera. I hate that. Anyway, okay, getting back. I'm a little upset. I don't want anything to do with the Mama Joyce, Sharon fighting storyline. Because Sharon passed away about 10 days ago. So I have no interest. It makes me really sad to see. It makes me really sad to see her upset, especially in light of, like, how big was that issue? Like, they couldn't have made up. She's passed away. There's no chance to make it up now. So I hate it, and I really wish Bravo would have, like, removed some of that footage. Sure, you want to include it for consistency with the rest of the season? Fine. Then show a 30-second clip, and then don't you have any other footage you can show? I mean, I don't like Kenya. I don't even know Claudia, but couldn't you put more of that footage in there? Like, anything? I kind of resent them that they're just showing this. They re-edited Real Housewives of Beverly Hills when one of the husbands passed away. It was suicide. I mean, suicides was a much different situation than Sharon, who passed away, I believe, from stroke. But still, I'm really upset. I really, really dislike it. I wish they would have changed that. I think it's just respectful. So anyway, do you want to add anything? You sure? Nothing? Nothing? Okay.